no human being lives a Jannah on earth. You might think a person does when you see him or her with something that you don't have. But the reality is that every single human being without exception is struggling in some fashion, form or manner. Every one of us is being tested. That's what life is about. So there are certain verses that we should memorize and use so that we can, insha'Allah ta'ala, overcome these struggles. First verse, all of you know it. It's a rule that we should all memorize. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Allah never sends down a difficulty, except that along with the difficulty, there is a yusr, an ease. The meaning here, the same difficulty Allah sends down, He will send down multiple ease. So, if you are struggling financially, Allah is saying, don't worry, your health will be good. If you have a health issue, Allah is saying, you have loving family. If you have a family problem, Allah is saying, society is at peace. In other words, whatever difficulty you are facing, Allah is saying, I'm going to give you multiple ease that will make other aspects easy for you, even as you struggle with this difficulty. The second verse that we should remind ourselves of is, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. No soul is going to be burdened with more than what it can bear. What this indicates is beautiful. Some people, they think, I can't bear this, it's too much for me. The struggle is too hard. I don't have what's in me. And to them we say, your Creator knows that you have it in you to overcome this struggle. You might not trust yourself, your Creator trusts you. You might not believe in yourself, Allah knows that you can do it. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah knows you have the strength, you have the courage, you have the fortitude, you have the iman. Allah knows you have the inner capacity and the external will to overcome this issue. That's why you're facing it. So trust in Allah, because Allah is trusting in you, in the sense here that Allah knows you can do it. Never does a calamity happen to a believer. Never does a tragedy occur to a believer, except that at the end of the tragedy or the calamity, the believer is the victor. The mu'min, the believer, is never a loser. The third verse of optimism, one of the most powerful verses of optimism when we're facing a calamity or a tragedy. Memorize this verse, Surah Tawbah. Beautiful verse. Say, Allah is telling you to say this. Allah wants you to memorize this. قُلْ لَنْ يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا هُوَ مَوْلَانَا وَعَلَى اللَّهِ فَلْيَتَوَكَّلِ الْمُتَوَكِّلُونَ. Say, nothing shall happen to us except that Allah has already